Mic check 1, 2. Microphone check. Uno. Dos. Wait, how do I switch this screen? Oh, here we go. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to session 18 of Fasting Roll Call. Hashtag Fasting Roll Call. I know it's been a while, guys. Hi. Hashtag Fasting Roll Call. I know. Unexpected. You guys didn't see this coming, so I understand if you're just making it or you can't make it and you're going to watch this later. But let's get into today's session. So, one, we're going to talk about what I've been up to. Two, we're going to talk about how you guys have been, how things have been going in your journey, your fasting journey, your weight loss journey, your health journey. I know this sounds repetitive, but it's been a while, so you can listen to it again. If anything, it's inspirational, hopefully. And I just wanted to take some time while I had some time and just discuss what's going on with me and maybe help you guys out, see what's going on with you. Exodacity, hey, how's it going? D. Diego Cafaretta. Looking forward to this from Western Sydney, Australia. Thank you for watching from Western Sydney, Australia. Anthony Rivera, finally, the man is here. Anthony, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Shiloh, am I saying that right? Shiloh Coy, so excited. It's my first roll call. Well, I'm glad you made it. Moo, hey, Jerome, nice to catch you live for a change. Moo, I actually... we'll go ahead and we'll cut right into this, especially for people who might catch this later. I don't want to put too much filler in here because I do want to talk about a lot of important things today. Shelly Maxwell, missed you. I missed you too, Shelly. Missed you guys. I missed all of you guys. I know we have a lot to talk about and I want to make sure I cover everything. But before I get to a lot of that, I'm looking at my notes. If you see screens change or whatever, but from the past, I can't remember how long it's been, guys. I have been so busy. So please, you're going to have to excuse me for any kind of lapse of absence here. But I want to thank Lynn Hunter for a $10 donation, however long ago that was. But I also want to thank Moo, who just chatted. And Moo, I can't remember if it was a couple weeks ago or last month, but Moo gave me a $100 PayPal donation. So Moo, thank you very much for the support. I do appreciate it. I know you left a message saying thank you for the inspiration or helping you with your journey. And so hopefully I can keep continuing to do that for people who still watch this or who still come to my channel for that kind of inspiration. Finally, I do want to thank anyone existing still on my Patreon. I do want to take some time because I know there are people who are still supporting me there. So thank you so much. I know it's been a minute since I've posted anything there, but I do plan on putting content back in there and I want to retool all of that, but I will get to that this week. I promise you, I will get to that this week. Patreon.com/finally fasting. There's a little marketing thing there. So, okay. Let's I need to get through this because I want to make sure I cover everything. So thank you to everybody. Today is April 12th, 2021. So today is a special day for me because every time the 12th hits of the month, I extend my month of consistent fasting. And so today is 19 months of consistent fasting. For over a year and a half, I have been consistently fasting. Now, what does that mean? So for me, it means something different than it could mean for somebody else. When I say 19 months of consistent fasting, that doesn't mean that I have been consistently fasting. Like I haven't been fasting 19 months straight. That's not what that means for me. 19 months of consistent fasting means I have regularly been fasting, and in more ways than not, the way I perform my fasts is 90% of maybe 95%. I don't have a calculator to do the statistics here, but the majority of my past 19 months have just involved fasting. So I will fast for long periods of time. I will refeed for a very short period of time, and then I will fast again. And then I will repeat that process over and over and over. And I have been doing so now for the course of 19 months plus, or today is 19 months. So it could be a 36-hour fast with a 2-hour refeed. And then I'll do a 65-hour fast with a 1-hour refeed, a 90-hour fast with a 3-hour refeed, repeat, just depending on like how I'm feeling, what I want to do. And it hasn't always been the best. I've had some ups and downs, but the important part is the times when those downs came, I would pick myself back up and I would go again. And I think that's what's important. That's what anybody who's watching this, that's what you should take away from this, is that you can succeed. We've all succeeded when it comes to weight loss, especially at the beginning when we say, yeah, we're going to get shit done today. And then you do for a little bit, and then maybe things don't happen the way you want it and you fall off the wagon. But what I've learned over time is that when you fall off that wagon, when you failure is growth, which is that cliche thing, but it's very true. Every time you fail, you have to learn from that, and you pick yourself up and you go again. And you want the ups of your weight loss, healthy fasting journey to outweigh the lows, so that when like you look over time, that these highs have benefited you more than these lows. Doesn't mean you're not going to fail. Doesn't mean you're not going to fuck up, because it happens. It's happened to me. It's happened to me recently. And that's why I want to sit here and I want to talk about that today, because things haven't been perfect. The more I don't post consistently, the more I'm not as accountable, the more I slip up. But I will get into that. So, okay, so that's what consistently fasting means for me. And I want to take a second and I want to say that the way I consistently fast does not constitute how you should be consistently fasting. I perform rolling fasts. So let's talk about rolling fasts. A rolling fast for me typically is anywhere between 65 and 90 hours. I will fast anywhere between 65 and 90 hours. I won't have anything to eat except water, electrolytes, right? Like salt, potassium. And then I'll occasionally have a diet soda, a diet pop, which is my preferred way of saying it, black coffee, usually black coffee, and then water. And then I will end that 65 to 90 hour fast with a 2, 3, 4 hour refeed where I eat 5, 6, 7,000 calories, which again, I eat that much because I can, does not mean you need to eat that much. I do it because I have issues when it comes to eating. I have issues with overeating. If you guys have watched or you know me, you have seen episodes of Refeed where you see me eat 5, 6, 7,000 calories in a short period of time. On days where I lose control, on days where I binge, right? Where I overeat. The episodes you don't see in video, the episodes I don't tape myself doing, I can eat upwards of 10,000 or more calories. It's not the most pleasant thing that I'd like to share, but it is something that happens to me. And I'm just saying that because for transparency's sake, I need you to understand that I eat a lot because I have issues when it comes to overeating. Also, I can eat a lot and it doesn't affect me the way it affects other people. So that is like my way of fasting. That is my way of controlling my issues with overeating. And that's how I have lost all this weight and have been able to keep it off for a long period of time. No, it hasn't been perfect. No, I am not like, if this was easy for me, if this was I would have figured this out a long time ago. I would have never done what I'm doing now. I do what I do today because it keeps me in a more healthy state than it has my entire life. So Consistently fasting for me works this way, but it could be something different for you. I need people to understand that when I consistently fast, it does not mean you have to do rolling fasts, but maybe if you can control your eating better than I can, if you don't eat 5, 6, 7,000 calories, then maybe you don't have to fast for as long as I do, right? You don't have to do that. I do it because I can't help myself. Once I put something in my mouth, that sounds wrong. once I eat, it is a, I know I'm just going to eat a lot. But if you have better control when it comes to eating, when you have better control, then you don't have to fast as long. You don't have to do rolling fasts. Consistently fasting could be something completely different for you, where maybe you perform a 36-hour fast and then you do OMAD for 2 days. And then you do another 36. And then you do OMAD for 3 days, or you do an ADF, or you mix it in, which is actually what I've been doing recently. I've been doing a mix of this and that, and I've been learning new things, and I've also been slipping up. And again, everything is still a learning process. Yes, I've been doing this for 19 plus months, but it is not perfect. And I am still learning every day, and I am still achieving. I'm still finding success, but I'm still slipping. And I think it's important that you catch yourself when you're slipping. I think it's important that you keep yourself accountable and you tell yourself, I fucked up today, but it's okay because I need to get back up and I need to do what I need to do. I'm going to talk about the mentality of that, but I just wanted to clarify what consistently fasting means for me, and that it can mean the exact same for you, but it can also mean something completely different. This is why I never tell someone to do a fast an exact way. You don't have to do things to a T. Things can change. We all know life changes at a moment's second. Things happen. I mean, look at COVID, right? And look at how COVID messed up my flow in the middle of me during this, consistently fasting. Like literally, I started on September 12th, 2020. Coronavirus happened in March or March-ish. And I was 7, 8 months into my consistent fasting regimen. And I managed to figure it out. I couldn't go to the gym, so I just started to walk. I fasted longer. I figured out rolling fasts. I tried to do workouts at home. You have to adapt. It's important to figure out how to adjust, adapt to, the challenges that you face every day. Okay. So it's okay if it's different. It's okay if your fasting regimen is different. It's okay if your diet is different, which is also something I need to, again, explain. If you watch me eat, you know that I have a hard time controlling what I eat. I don't eat the cleanest, although I try, but I do like to eat very sweet, sugary things, even though I try to eat more like vegetables up front. I try to front load all the healthy foods at the beginning, and then I leave the junk food at the end. And even then, it's still hard to control myself. So that's the way I do it. But it does not mean you have to do that. It doesn't mean you have to eat the way I do, right? If you eat keto, then stick with keto. Adding fasting to it can only make things better. If you're a vegan or you're a pescatarian, or, you eat things that are only green or clear, you know what I'm saying? You need to, your diet is your diet. Eat however you want, fast however you want, just implement the right things. You know what's healthy for you. You know what, well, I can't say that for sure, but be mindful, be conscious of what you're eating, how you're feeling. Yes, we lose control. I lose control all the time. But if you keep your head on straight most of the time, if you make the highs outweigh the lows, you're going to find progress. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. Okay. So I wrote here, don't do what I do. Do what works for you. And I mean that. Don't do what I do. You can learn from me. You can learn the basics from me, but do what works for you. So who am I? I have a note here that says, who am I? So again, I started on September 12th of 2020. I used to weigh 220.4 pounds, but that wasn't even my heaviest. So I'm just gonna like share my screen here, just here's my Instagram. Again, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I post on Instagram more often than anywhere else. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Finally Fasting. I do have a Twitter and a Facebook, but I don't use that as regularly, but please feel free to check those out. But again, I have weighed upwards of 220, but I have also weighed as much as 235 pounds. If not more. I just stopped weighing on a scale then, because when I used to weigh that much, what did it matter to me, right? Like I obviously did not care about myself enough to like take care of my weight or whatever, or my health. Anyway, so September 12th, 2020, not 2020, September 12th, 2019, right? Yeah, because it's going to be, oh my God. It's been September 12th, 2019. It's been 19 months. It's not even 2020. I started September 12th, 2019. I started consistently fasting, meaning I would do 36-hour fasts all the way up to 168 plus hour fasts and everything in between, with very short refeeds, repeat until I continuously lost weight to where I am today. If you need a refresher on that, I have a ton of videos that explains my story. So please feel free to check out my other videos on YouTube. So that is who I am. Yes, I do have issues with overeating. Yes, I do have issues with binging. Like I can't hide that. I mean, a normal person doesn't normally eat 6,000 calories within 2-3 hours. A normal person doesn't normally eat 10,000 calories and like hides the food at home and feels embarrassed after he eats and doesn't want to like go outside because he thinks like everyone's going to look at him. Like that's my life. That's how it's been for me for, again, the past 40 years until the last 19 months, where I've finally held some sort of control over that. I don't have complete control. Let's get that straight too. Every day for me is a challenge. Every day for me is a challenge. I hope people who are watching this right now, don't think that I have it completely in control, that I have it perfectly planned, because I don't. I want you to understand that my challenges, the things that I go through are very similar to, I'm pretty sure, the things that a lot of you go through. The only difference at this point is I have learned to mentally put myself in a position where I tell myself I can't keep repeating what I've done the past 39 years or whatever, right? I put myself in a position where I regard health and happiness. I prioritize those two things more than anything else in my life. And those two things, even though those are my priorities, sometimes I lose control and it isn't perfect, but I get myself back up and I do it again. I have yo-yoed with weight my entire life until these last 19 months. This is the longest I have ever gone on any kind of, I don't want to call it a diet, because this is my life. This is my lifestyle. This is my way of eating. This is my way of keeping myself balanced, keeping my mind healthy, because this isn't just about physical health. This is about my mental health too. My mental health, my mental clarity is so much better today, these past 19 months, than it has been any time in the past. Yeah, the physical parts of losing weight is great because it does such a big thing for your mental state, but they are two things in one, right? You got to be kidding me if you think that losing this weight is just a physical thing, because it comes with such a mental, at least for me, a mental relief. And it's important for me to point out that it isn't perfect, right? Because I still struggle with the numbers on the scale. I still struggle with how people look at me how people feel about me. It's something that has just been a part of my life forever. And it's something that I'm working on every single day. So, okay, let's talk about my last month. I don't think I've streamed since last month. It's been about a month, right? This last month has been completely crazy for me in terms of just being busy with everything that's going on. Work, especially. I have so much work lately that it's up to my ears, which is why you don't see me on YouTube as much, which is why people who follow me on my other channel don't see me there as much either, because I am now making, like, I need people to understand that as much as I would love to do YouTube full time and have this be my job and be an influencer and all of that, it hasn't. I have been grinding so much that I still can't pay for all of my bills, especially health insurance. I can't even get time off because it's just so, I am now in a position where I make enough money that insurance isn't a problem and all that kind of stuff. And I'm in such a good place. But the thing with work, especially finding new work and working with a team and all of this has really just made my life kind of topsy-turvy, especially this last month, because I'm just up to my ears when it comes to work in general. And the reason I bring this up is because this last month I have been using work as an excuse to eat, right? I've been using it as an excuse to say, Jerome, you're stressed out. Jerome, you're so stressed out. Like, you're not on YouTube anymore. You don't have to be accountable to anybody. So just break. No one's going to know. No one's going to know. And a lot of that has been true, right? So I put myself in a position where I would work an entire day. I would do work for clients. And then by the end of the night, I'd be like, I can't do this fast. I'm stressed out. Go eat. And I would. And I'd eat. And then that eating would turn into a binge. And then I would eat myself silly, right? To the point where I would be on this couch right here. And I'd be like, why did you do this? Now you have to, go through this process again, blah, blah, blah. And you guys know the cycle. I've talked about it many times. You understand how this works. To the point where by the end of March, let me see here. I think I have the notes here. So currently, I'll share my weight. Currently, I'm anywhere between 146 to 148 pounds. For people who don't remember, back in December of 2020, I was down to 124 pounds. Granted, I think I was a little way too low there. I quickly jumped back up to around 133 to 136. And that's where I was. And then when I started hitting the gym and I started lifting weights, I was anywhere between, I would say, 139 to 141 pounds. And then new work came. YouTube wasn't as high as a priority, right? I wasn't as accountable. And these new deadlines at work and being stressed out, I was using it as an excuse. And now I'm somewhere between 146 to 148 pounds. It's not where I want to be. I know where my weight is and how I feel in these clothes. And I am not where I want to be right now. Ideally, so I'll just share before I share. So what I've been doing is, if you followed me on Instagram or Twitter, I said for the entire month of April, I didn't want to eat back-to-back days. That's what I said, right? No eating back-to-back days for the entire month of April, which shouldn't be hard for me because it's something I've been doing for so long. But sometime in March, the end of March, I was doing I think I ate like 3 days in a row because I was just like letting myself slip. And so by the end of April, or by the end of March, I was like, okay, like Jerome, you're falling back into these like bad patterns. And so I'm just sharing this calendar with you right now. So even April 1st, I ended up eating, even though I was supposed to fast. And then I performed a 70-hour fast, right? From the second to the fourth. And then I had like an hour refeed, like a really, really short refeed. And then I went for a 115-hour fast. And then I think my last refeed, I was 3 hours and 15 minutes. And currently right now, I'm just going to share this with you so you guys know where I'm at. So currently I am working on another 90-hour fast and I'm 69 hours in. So like I'm back in the game, right? Like I'm doing what I need to do. And I think that's what's important is that, again, yeah, I slipped up and whatever. And I was like, I'm where I'm at now, which is like the mid 140s or so, like closer to the high 140s, refeeding into the low 150s. And it is not where I want to be. April is here, guys. April is here, right? Like summer is coming. I want to like lean out. And so my current goals right now, I want to actually get down. So I've been hovering anywhere between 138 to 141 for the longest time, even while lifting. And so my goal right now is to be anywhere between 135 and 138. So this entire month of April, for the rest of April, I'm doing nothing but 90s. Again, so just to share with you, like here's a 70-hour fast, a 115-hour fast, and I am currently working on a 90. And then I am doing nothing but 90s the rest of this month. Hopefully, by the end of April, I will be somewhere in the 140-pound range. And by mid-May, I should maybe end of May, hopefully I'll be somewhere like between 135 and 138. That's where I want to be. And then after my refeeds, anywhere between 141 and 144 pounds. Now, if you're asking and you're saying, Jerome, those numbers are so specific, how do you know that that's the number you want to know why that number is good for me? Is because I know where I'm at now. I've been doing this long enough that I know where my number should be at, where I feel good at, where I don't feel like I'm like so skinny, but also where I know that I don't feel like, even if I were to like lift weights all day, like there's no way that I don't think I could necessarily like weigh 160 pounds and be full muscle. And even then, I'm sure that would take years and years. And if that really was the case, then I would reevaluate then. But this is where my goal is. And if you're thinking 135 to 138 is so low, like you're a guy, which is what a lot of people say, just FYI, I am 5'3", 5'3", not tall. So this weight is probably more than normal, if you want to call it normal. Okay. Okay. So cover that. All right. Let's talk about, okay. Let me remove this banner here. I want to talk about my struggles at the end of March. I would say third, fourth week of March, when I was starting like this new gig and work was up to my ears. How many times have I said that? Life was very stressful for me. It really was. I was kind of like in these new digs with like new people, working with new people, still trying to like work with my other clients. And I was using work and stress as an excuse to eat. Going back into my old habits, knowing that like I could do this and not be accountable to anyone. And that was a real shitty time for me. Luckily, it was only for like about a week and a half or so, but still mentally, it put me in a rut. Like my clothes didn't feel good and I felt the weight coming on. And then every time I tried to get back into a fast, I couldn't do it. And I was like, man, why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? You've been doing this for so long. How are you not able to accomplish even a 36 or a 65 or any of these fasts? And that was like a real tough issue for me, because I'm sharing this because I know a lot of you feel this. A lot of you have been in this position where you tell yourself, I've done this before. Why can't I do it again? Why can't I fast again? Why is it so tough right now? And I'll tell you the reason, like for me especially, because I can only speak for myself, right? I don't know how your mindset is, but I feel like a lot of us feel very similarly, or I feel like a lot of us have been in this position. And a lot of the reasons that we've been able to do it before and we can't do it now, it's all mental. I mean, I could be wrong. Science might say something different, but I've been doing this long enough where I know that most of the time it is just a mental thing. Because once I finally was able to do a longer fast again after like messing up like 3-4 days in a row, telling myself, Jerome, what are you doing? Why are you putting yourself in this position? Once I did another longer fast, I was like, why did it take so long? Why did I have such? And it's just because your mind is so manipulative to tell you that you need to eat. Oh, it just feels so good to eat. It would feel so good to eat. Like, let's just start tomorrow. We don't have to do it right now. Why are you putting yourself through this torture? Like, you know that a week from now you can do this. So let's just eat for the entire week. But trust me, you might be watching this right now and you might be in that position. All I'm saying is for a lot of you who have done these longer fasts, who have gone through the past withdrawals, who know what it's like to feel weak and nauseous and whatever, if you have been fasting long enough and you know that you physically are fine, like I am, because I don't get those withdrawals anymore. I don't get those headaches. I don't get nauseous. I don't get fatigued. I don't get tired from doing these longer fasts. I'm talking to you right now with a 69-hour fast. I did a 115-hour fast prior to that. I did a 70-hour fast before that, and I'm fine. I'm fine. I go to the gym. I can work out. I can go for a walk. I can go work all day. I can work 12-hour days, and I can be fine. It is a mental thing for a lot of us. It might not be for everybody, but and again, I'm not saying you have to do a 70, 90, 115-hour fast. If you're struggling, even getting through a 16 or an 18, just give yourself a moment and tell yourself, is it really physical? Are you going to die? Are you going to die because you haven't eaten in 16 hours? If that's the case, then yeah, like go eat, right? If you know you're physically going to die. But if you're like me, who has extra fat on him, right? Who knows that your body is going to use that excess fat for energy, that's going to get rid of that fat, you're not going to die. Again, I am not a doctor. I cannot speak for everybody. So please be careful in how you do this and how you take care of yourself. But know that if you need an example of somebody who's been doing it, somebody that's been honest and transparent, somebody that doesn't take any extra kind of like supplements, I don't take steroids, I don't take whatever, like I'm just a normal guy who takes electrolytes during my longer fasts, well, during all my fasts. And I refeed eating the way I do, and this is how it works for me. A lot of it is mental. The reason I've been able to do this for 19 months straight, or 19 months, even with the ups and downs, is because I tell myself the easiest thing for me, the way that I'm able to get through these fasts, is the moment I wake up in the morning, when I tell myself I'm going to do a 90-hour fast, I do a 90-hour fast. There's no excuses. No excuses. I don't go out and somebody's trying to pester me at lunch and be like, come on, Jerome, like just have a salad with me, just eat that. Like, that's all. It's just something small. Just like, no, I don't do it. I have that on off switch where I tell myself, nope, I'm not going to eat. Yep, I'm going to eat. That's it. There's no in betweens. Because the moment I start convincing myself, the moment that gets in my head where I say, well, I could eat, I'm going to eat. That's what happens. The moment I tell myself, like, should you eat today? Yeah, you could eat. I will eat. That's how it works for me. That I'm a very all or nothing guy, and my approach to a lot of these is mental. It is a mental game, and if I tell myself I'm not going to eat for the day, I'm not going to eat for the day, and then that's it. Like that's just how it works for me. Yeah. Once you get over, I'm reading my notes. Once you get over the initial hurdles of fasting, it is all mental. When I talk about the initial hurdles of fasting, I'm talking about the headaches and the nausea and the feeling fatigued or tired. Once you get over those hurdles, once you are accustomed to using your body for once your body is accustomed to fasting, once your body is accustomed to using fat for energy, it is all mental after that. It is a mental game after that. Again, I might be speaking for myself, but I feel like a lot of us are in a similar place. I think a lot of us know that it is a mental thing, that you're not going to die after a 36-hour fast. You're going to be fine. You can go ahead and eat after your 36-hour fast and then do another 36-hour fast, and I'm almost certain you're going to be fine. Now, again, it's going to vary for everyone. That's why I say don't do what I do. Don't do exactly what I do. Don't eat the way I do. Do what works for you. Live your life as healthy as you can, because that's what's important. And I have this note here too. Like, remember how you did it before. That's the one thing I talked about. Is for people who are having a tough time saying to yourself, how did I do this before? How did I do it before? How come I can't do it now? It's because it's mental. If you've done it before, you can do it again. If you've done it before, you can do it again. Like, this isn't, I'm not telling people to do a week-long fast. If you're having trouble just getting through a 16-hour fast, tell yourself, if you've done it before, you can do it again. If you're having trouble doing a 36-hour fast, if you've done it before, you can do it again. Now, anything longer than that, yeah, it's going to take a little more willpower. It's going to take a little more mental, like, fortitude, right? If you have extra fat, if you have extra excess on you, I am almost 99.9% sure that you can fast a little longer because you have excess fat on you to use for energy. Now, if you didn't, if you're skin and bones, like, that's a completely different issue. And please, like, that is something you need to consult a doctor for. So, like, this is not the place for you when it comes to that. Okay. So, I talked about right now where I'm at, like between 146 and 148 pounds, and me wanting to get into 140 or 135 to 138. And then after refeeding, anywhere between 141 and 144. Those are my goals. How do I know this? Because I've been doing this for 19 months. I know where my numbers are at. I know how I'm feeling. Now, because of work, and one of the reasons that I've been using eating as an excuse is because I haven't been able to go to the gym as often. I haven't been able to lift weights as much as I've wanted to. Actually, I haven't been to the gym in over a week because I've been so busy with work. And, like, is it an excuse? Yeah, partly, but partly also because I have been so busy with work. Last Friday, I got my second shot for the vaccine. I felt like shit over the weekend, so I didn't do anything. I slept 16 hours, I think, on Saturday. Yesterday, I went for a 3.5-mile walk. But what I've been doing in the meantime is I've been trying to figure ways to still get my exercise. So, like, sometimes during the middle of the day, I'll go for a 30-minute walk. If that's all I can do, I'll do a 30-minute walk. The one thing that I know that I can do that will outweigh anything is fast. For me, I know that if I continue to fast, I will still lose weight. And so I'm trying to, like, find that work balance, right? Because happiness and health are still important. Yes, work is important. Making enough money so I can pay rent and my insurance and all that shit is very important, but I still need to find a balance. And so I'm still trying to make sure I can find a balance when it comes to working out, in terms of keeping myself healthy, happy, and sane. And it's important that you do too. You guys, I might have mentioned this before, my issues with walking. I've had issues on my right knee, which I still need to go to the doctor and get taken a look at. I have bought a brace now, a knee brace, which is, I just started using it and I feel like it's been working okay. This is what happens when you get old, guys. Don't get old, because then your knee gets all fucked up and then you just don't want to go for a walk. Or you can't walk. Like, it physically, to me, after I walk for too long, my kneecap hurts so bad that I have to like sit for a little bit until it gets better, until I can make it. And so now I bought a knee brace, which I think has been helping, but I do need to go to a doctor and actually getting that looked at. But I have been trying to find alternatives like riding my bike and just doing anything else. Lifting weights is a great way to get some kind of exercise as well. Not cardio per se, but just some kind of like physical fitness, with this. So, okay. Those are all my notes. That's all I have. I'm gonna go through chat because I know it's been a while and I know like we don't have a lot of people in here, so it gives me time to say hi to everybody. Shai Sarai, hi Shai, how's it going? It's been a while. Yay, hi Shai, welcome. Moo, thank you so much again. Thank you for the $100 PayPal. It's very generous of you. Even though I haven't been around, like for you guys to still support me the way you do, I appreciate it. Emmy, hello. Thanks, Emmy. That's very nice of you. Shiloh says, point taken on finding your own fasting style. If I tried to eat, yeah, exactly. This is why it's important to find what works for you. Thank you for pointing that out, Shiloh. Lori White, other than weight loss, can you share what other changes you've had in your health? Lori, hi, how's it going? Other than weight loss. Yeah. So I mentioned the mental aspect, being a lot happier, right? Being in a much better place than I used to be, not feeling so like insecure and whatever. But I think a lot of that, people know how that goes when you lose weight. If you want specifics, so like if you're new, like I was diagnosed as a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic when I was 22 years old. 22 years old. And I have lived with diabetes for now 18 years. I'm 40, right? I am no longer diabetic. You give me I test my blood sugar. My blood sugars are like in the 60s, in the 70s. Like my blood sugars are normal. I don't take any medication. I used to have high blood pressure. I do not have high blood pressure anymore. Other things that come with being obese or morbidly obese, right? Like, yeah, 235 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're 235 pounds and you're 5'3", like that's morbidly obese. And I have lost, well, I'm 145 now, but like I have lost like about 100 pounds at that point. So, yeah, in terms of other things, when it comes to health, just feeling better, like not getting, like I live on the third story of my apartment building. I climbed 3 flights of stairs and I'm no longer winded climbing those stairs. Right. And like, I'm trying to think of like the other positives, just able to like go out and just do things and feel okay. Sleeping is a lot better. I don't snore in my sleep anymore. Like I sleep soundly. Well, can't say that. I'm a very anxious person, and sometimes I just wake up like out of the blue. But yeah, I know there are a lot of other positives. I can't think of everything right now. But Lori, thank you for asking. Brian, what's going on, Brian? What up, Jerome? What up, Brian? It's nice to see you, man. It's nice to talk to you. Janaya, you know what I noticed? Any schedule change throws you off. It does. Same for me. It's my self-destructive excuse, and that's what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to like rolling with the punches, right? COVID happened. That messed me up. And it threw me off for like 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. That's what made me start this channel, for accountability. I've had, when I went to San Diego with my cousin to visit my other cousin, right? Like that threw me off. The end of the year, that threw me off. We've had all our ups and downs, and I have been self-destructive. And the only difference now is I stop it quicker than I have before. So instead of going through this cycle where I go 6, 8 months, a full year, a year plus of just eating like shit and feeling bad for myself and letting my health deteriorate, I'll go through like a couple of days, or I'll go a week, or I'll go 2 weeks, maybe at the most. But other than that, like I pick myself back up, and look what I'm doing. I've put myself back in this place where I'm I'm here and I'm streaming and I'm like, hey, accountability, accountability, accountability. And I think that's important for a lot of people. Doesn't mean you need to start a YouTube channel unless you want to. But for me, coming here, being transparent, showing my cards is important, because then I feel like, yeah, I'm putting myself accountable. I'm putting myself in a place where I'm vulnerable and I'm being honest, and I'm making sure that people know what I'm going through, and it's okay to have the ups and downs. So I feel you there, Janaya. D Diego says solid. Thank you for the inspiration. You're very welcome. Mark Shark, 725 hours. 725 hours, broke it with a big bowl of homemade veggie broth. How many days is 725 hours? 30. You did a month fast. Jesus. Mark, congrats. Like, the longest I've ever gone was 11 days. So kudos to you. Broke it with a big bowl of homemade veggie broth. Plan to just refeed for a week and begin rolling fasts. Any advice? I mean, first of all, congrats again. You know what? I might as well take some time and talk about this, because I've had other people ask me this too. So one of the questions I get a lot from a lot of people is, hey, diarrhea, my stomach, the bathroom, like my toilet bowl's exploded. I can't control, blah, blah, blah. Right. I get that a lot. People ask me that all the time. And I've always had trouble giving an answer, because for the most part, for me, like, do I have bowel movements after refeeding, after fasting for a week or 90 hours? Sure, I do. I mean, it's human nature, but like, it's not explosive. It's not like I'm dying on the toilet bowl. But I think a lot of people have that issue. And so I will give this advice, at least for this part. If you are having trouble with this, I've said this to other people now when people ask me, is start slow. Yeah, you see me refeed, you see me eat 6,000 calories in 2-3 hours. But I know if a lot of people did that after a long fast, yeah, I'm sure your stomach wouldn't be thanking you. So my advice to you is, if you are planning to do rolling fasts, if you are planning to do these longer fasts and then refeeding, you don't have to refeed as quickly as I do, but maybe start slow. The one thing that I've seen people say, which I feel like I can't argue with, is eat things that are bland, right? Don't eat things that are like heavy in like sugar and heavy and, like, maybe eat very like bland vegetables, eat bland meat, maybe just season it with salt and pepper at the most, maybe lightly season it, maybe just start with chicken. And then maybe have like some plain chicken and like broccoli steamed, and then eat a little bit of that, wait half an hour, see how your stomach is, and then move on from there, right? If you're okay with that, then you can add a little more, and then eat whatever, and then just see, like, play it out, right? Like trial and error. Like, I don't think a doctor even needs to tell you that. Start slow. Eventually, if you know that your body can eat the way I do, and that's how you like to eat, then by all means go for it. I'll be honest, and I've said this before, I have done week-long, even when I first started fasting and I was doing week-long fasts, when I was doing 168-hour fasts, when I was still living in California, I'd go to Santa Monica, I'd visit my cousin, and after a week of fasting, the first thing I would have is a beer or 2 beers, and I would get drunk so quickly. So, but what I'm saying is, like, for me, I wouldn't even have stomach issues after that. Yeah, I would get drunk quickly, but what works for me might be different for you. So start slow, see what works, and play it out, and then continue. But for you, Mark, if you plan to refeed for just a week, my advice to you, especially if you're going to do rolling fasts after, is, okay, maybe I'll put it in 2 different ways. If you still have a lot of like weight to lose, excess fat to lose, or even if you have fat to lose in general, if you're, 30 days is crazy. Like, I won't say crazy, but it is an amazing feat. So kudos to you again. But maybe if you want to start rolling fasts, if your idea is to do rolling fasts, why refeed for a week straight? Why not do ADF, right? Why not eat whatever you're going to eat, 8-hour refeed or whatever it is, 6-hour refeed, 4-hour refeed, and then do a 36-hour fast and then eat after that? Like, why go 30 days without eating and then eat for 7 days straight and then do rolling fasts after that? Does that make sense? Why not do a 36-hour? And then if that feels okay, do another 36-hour. And then if you want to extend it then and you still have like excess weight to lose, do a 48 or something. Or if you're not feeling it, then do OMAD for a couple of days. And then just, if your plan is to do rolling fasts like I am, why not just do that instead? Again, like that is my advice to you. I'm not saying to do that to the T, just some suggestions. Matt, hey buddy. Hey Matt, how's it going, man? Welcome. Matthew Williams. Hey Jerome, good to see you. You're looking well. Thanks, Matthew. It's nice to see you, man. Mr. Other Channel, I know I would like to come back and just do like a stream every now and then, or even a weekend stream. So maybe I might do one this weekend. Maybe I'll talk to Brian. Like I always talk to Brian about like advice when it comes to like stuff on YouTube. So maybe I'll talk to Brian, but Matthew, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Shiloh. No. Yeah, I'm old. There's no such thing as too late. Please, for anybody who wants to like take care of their health and happiness, there is no age that's too old. Please, there is no age that's too old. Remember, this isn't about fasting. Yes, obviously it's about fasting. Like I fast. This is what I do, but I do it because I'm doing it for my health and my happiness. But I will say this, it is never too late. You are never too old to find health and happiness. Never too old. Never too old. I mean, if you were on your deathbed, maybe the health part, but anyway, you see where I'm going with that. RS Gems. Miss you, Jerome. Miss you too, RS Gems. Nice to see you. Glad to have you back. I want to stream more regularly, especially because this doesn't require me to do a lot of like editing. It requires me to do no editing. I can sit here and I can talk and I can share my experiences with you. And really what I wanted to do is, while I've been busy with work and like, everything else, that if I can at least do this once a week, even just to talk to you guys, to give you an update of where I'm at and to share how you guys are doing, like that would be ideal for me. Thank you so much for the inspiration. You're very welcome. I started longer fasting in the beginning of April. Congrats to you. Again, hello from Australia. Hello. Lisa Brown. Hello from Washington, D.C. I'm new here and will be joining Patreon. Thank you so much for your transparency. Lisa, thank you. Thank you so much. I will put this out there again for people who are considering Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/finally fasting. Yes, I know I have not posted in a very long time. So for anybody who is still on that Patreon, thank you so much for supporting. I am going to retool that. I do not have time to coach anymore. I know a lot of people used to come to me for coaching, and like I could still do coaching on maybe a trial by trial basis, or maybe if you just want to do like a half-hour call, but that is something that maybe if you want to talk to me about, email me first before joining. Email me first, because I don't even know when I'm going to have time to touch that. But finallyfasting@gmail.com. What I would like to use my Patreon for, though, is to show accountability, like the accountability posts where I would talk to the people, my patrons, and be like, hey, how's it going? Here's where I'm at, because that gives me accountability too. So I will do this week. Patreon.com/finally fasting for that. I'm not like, I will work on the tiers and everything. Like I'm at a good place right now financially with like all my work and everything. Like I'm at a good place, insurance coming in and all that stuff. I'm in a much better place than I was, and I don't have to worry about money like I used to. But like, if you want to support, I'm always happy for that support, and it will always help offset costs. So thank you so much, because I'm still paying for like this streaming service and all this stuff. I mean, it still costs me money to do that. So thank you guys, regardless. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Renz, it's nice to see you, Renz. It's been a minute. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm late. You're not, stop. Good to be back. Tito Jerome, welcome, Renz. Nice to see you. Brian, I think a positive you might feel is just more confidence. Yeah, that's exactly. That's something you just can't measure and it feels great. And that's very true. The one thing that I will say is after the days where I overeat and binge and I feel like shit, do I have to say more? I feel like shit. The next day, I feel shameful. I don't want to go out. I don't want to wear the clothes I normally wear. I want to wear like fat clothes or big clothes or whatever, however you want to call it, because I don't feel like myself. And that moment where I binge and I eat, it is that moment of happiness that feels great in the moment. But after you do it and after it's done, the feeling of guilt, the feeling of shame, like I don't have to explain it. If you feel that, if you feel exactly what I just said, then I don't have to explain it. You know what I'm talking about. And I would rather have my moments of refeed where I eat a good amount, but don't feel that awful versus just like a full day of eating 10,000 plus calories and not even anything healthy, just eating junk all day. I would rather not go through that. Doesn't mean that I don't have those moments, because I do, but again, the whole point is to make sure that you outweigh, that the good days outweigh the bad days. Okay. I'm scrolling down here because we're about to close things up here. I see you talking about tech here, Renz. Not here. If I refed like you, I'd be in the bathroom for a day. I'd have to break with bone broth. There you go. Right. MX, you're such a positive person. Thank you, MX. I appreciate that. I only say that because like I know where I've been. I know where my life has gone. And I'm not lying to any of you when I tell you that like your weight should not determine your happiness. Let me get that out there. The number on the scale should not determine how happy you are. But I would be lying to you if I told you that losing 80, 90, 100 pounds has not made me happy, because it has. Losing this weight has made me feel like, honestly, like a different person. I am more confident. I feel like better in my skin. I feel like people aren't looking at me differently or thinking a certain thing. And yeah, a lot of that is in my head. We should not base our self-worth on looks alone. We should not base our self-worth on the weight on the scale. But I would be lying to you if I told you that it did not impact the way I feel. So I don't know how else I can add to that. That's just me being honest. It's something I'm working on. It's something where I know that shouldn't always be the case, but like I'm mindful of that. So, Brian says once a week would be more than enough. Once a month would be an interesting interval because it gives more information to talk about. That's true too. Chris Harris. Hello, everyone. How's it going, Chris? Long time no see. I know it's been a while. Chris, nice to see you. Yeah, that's right. Move. Just get back in the fasting game for sure. It in a way, it does make me worry, because like there were so many people that I would talk to regularly and see how they were doing. And I just do not have the time to keep up with everybody, because like, so it's 7:53 right now. After this, like I worked the entire day. I woke up this morning at like 6 in the morning, took a shower, started working. I worked the entire day, guys, until I came back home. When I came back home, I prepped for this stream and I'm working right now. Like this is work for me. Like this still takes time for me to do. After this stream, I'm going for a walk because I need to like do something physical. because I've been sitting on my ass all day just working. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to come back here, and then I have to work some more. I have to do some photography work. I have to do work for one of my other clients. And then if I'm lucky enough, I will have about an hour for myself to lay on this couch and just like say, okay, like I can call it a night because tomorrow I got to do it all over again. In the meantime, I'm so busy that like it doesn't matter that I'm not eating, because you see what I'm just, you need to think of the things to make it positive when you're fasting. What shoes do you have when you go for walks? I don't have anything special. I wear like these, I have been walking in these, like I have like 3 pairs of these different colors, and these are just Asics. They don't have laces on them or whatever. Sorry, these are disgusting right now. Like you can see, these are, what is this? It's a sticker. This is so worn out. This is what I walk 3 to 5 miles a day in, or have been. And I have 3 pairs of them, and I just rotate. Sorry, this is probably gross. My hands are all, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's what, I don't wear anything special. I also don't jog. I don't run. I just walk. And those are the shoes I walk in. Like literally the last 19 months of walking, I walk in those shoes. Look at my, hold on. If I have any pictures on my Instagram, right? Give me a second here. I don't have any special gym shoes, guys. Like there's nothing special about my gym shoes. I'm trying to see like where I have shots of me and my shoes. I don't. Why do I have no shots of me in my shoes? Here. Those are same shoes. Those are the same shoes oops, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep showing that. Same shoes that I'm wearing. I don't wear anything special. So like, I don't wear any special footwear. I don't take any special supplements. I don't take like nothing. I don't take anything special. I don't even take protein powder. I'm not saying you shouldn't take protein powder. I'm just saying I don't do anything special. Everything that you've seen me eat in the past is the same shit I eat today. I still eat shitty foods. I still eat pumpkin pie. I still eat cheesecake. Once in a while, I'll eat Pop-Tarts and Twix bars. And like, I'll have like a burger from Wendy's or whatever. So if you look at the success that I've had, if you look even at these shots of like, it's funny, right? Because like I've been lifting weights and I lift weights fasted, and I'll lift weights. I just like this, like this shirt, like I've like, it's a boys large, right? Because I wear children's clothes because I'm short. But like even these have gotten so tight around the chest and the arms. And like, I don't take anything special. I don't take protein powder. I don't take creatine. I fast. I eat the way I do that you see on my refeeds, and that's it. Nothing else. There's nothing special. I think that's what I try to show everyone. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take things if like that's helpful. I just don't know the science behind it. Maybe one day I'll take a look at it, but it's like, I'm not too, because right now I've gained a little weight because of the last month of me, like with this new gig and working this new job and still trying to keep my other clients. And now I'm back and like, it's like in my head, I'm like, I got to lose another like 6 to 8 pounds. That's where I'm at right now. 6 to 8, 8 to 10, wherever I'm at. I'm still very happy with where I'm at, but I need a little more to lose. And right now I'm at the point of leaning out because summer's coming and I want to wear the clothes that I've been wearing and feel good in it and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. Where am I at? SG707 Tech, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Now I do fasting to avoid bloating. I injured my back and it hurts when I'm bloated. When I see fried food, I see pain. Well, I'm glad that fasting for me also helps with the bloating. It really does. You talk about your injured back. I talk about like me with my knee. I'm not able to walk because before, when I showed the shoes earlier, I was walking 4 to 6 miles a day, daily, every single day. And now I can't even do that because my knee can't keep up with it. And then I've been lifting, but now work has gotten in the mix and I haven't been to the gym in a week plus. And like, again, I'm trying to find that balance. But even if I can't do all those things, what can I do? What can you do to help keep make sure that like if you're not active enough, is you can fast. You don't have to eat every single day. You don't have to, unless there's something physically like an ailment or whatever that keeps you, whatever, then, you should be good. For me, that's what keeps me like on an even keel. Um, Chris, thank you. You're still looking great. I have like 5-6 pounds to lose, 6-7 pounds, maybe a little more, but I'm still good with where I'm at. Um, did I lose internet? What is this? Why is this connection is unstable? Hopefully I'm okay. Marquita, what is your weight now? So like I said it earlier, if oh, okay, we're fine now. So currently I'm like 146 to 148. Ideally, I was 141 to 140, or I was around 140, 138 to 141 for a long time. This last month, because I've slipped up. If you watched the stream earlier when it replays, I explain it all. But my goal is now to get to 135 to 138, hopefully by May. This entire month of April, I am doing nothing but 90-hour back-to-back fasts. I shared it with the audience here earlier. I started on April 2nd, so April 1st, I ate like shit, not gonna lie. 70-hour fast, had an hour break in there, and then I did a 115-hour fast, a 3 hour and 15-minute refeed here, and now I am working on a 90. So I will be breaking tomorrow, Tuesday after work. So sometime in the evening, sometime then. And my goal is to do 90-hour fasts the entire month of April, so I can find myself back in like the low 140s, hopefully. And then sometime in May, I'm hoping I'll be somewhere around 135 to 138. So you can see, yeah, I have my ups and downs, but like I didn't derail so much that I'm now trying to like fighting to lose 20 pounds, right? I had like a rough week or two, and kind of like some good days, some bad days, but like I've put myself in a situation where I'm like, no, Jerome, like get yourself back together, put yourself back together, get back on the ball. And I'm saying this for transparency, for accountability, but to also remind all of you who are struggling, who are doing this, who have been counting on me to help you. Like, here's your inspiration. Here's your inspiration that if I can do it, you can do it. I don't do anything special. I just explained I don't eat anything special. I don't take anything special. I don't do anything special. I'm an old man with a fucked up knee that that has to sometimes sit down after like walking 3 miles because I can't make it back home for my walk because my knee's so messed up. I'm nothing special. I'm just somebody who knows that a lot of this is a mental game. And I know there are a lot of you who have similar success stories that can do it as well. Okay. Where am I at? Ted, hey Ted, how's it going? It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. I'm not that. No, I'm not. I thank you though for the compliment, Ted. What's your favorite motivation quote, and what do you listen to when you walk? My favorite motivation quote. I don't know. There's been a lot. I don't have one right now. But the one thing that I've been telling a lot of people, and it's not really a motivate. Well, I don't know. And I used to say it on my stream is like, don't wait till Monday, because that's what I used to do. I used to always wait till Monday. I would eat shitty on the weekend, and then Sunday night I'd be like, all right, Jerome, Monday's coming. You're going to do the best. It's going to be the best. You're going to lose all the weight and you're going to be the best Jerome ever. And then Monday comes, and maybe Monday might work well, and then Tuesday might work well, but by Wednesday I'm eating pizza and pie and everything. And then I would repeat that cycle. So the one thing I say to a lot of people is like, don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till the new month. Don't wait till the new year, because your life is now, right? Your life starts now. Your life started the moment you were born, right? The moment you became a living organism, whatever. Your life. So you make the best of your life. What are you waiting for? There's no point in waiting. Why wait? Why wait for a new calendar day, a new year to turn around? Well, for what? For what? So you can eat yourself to, you're going to have ups and downs. You might as well make the best of your time right now. That's hard to believe, Drew. Okay. Marquita, you look awesome. You look amazing. Marquita, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone today. Guys, thank you so much. I'll rewatch later today. All right, Chris, thanks for stopping by. Good luck on your job interview. Good luck. So guys, I really honestly think that's going to be it. I want to do another one of these, hopefully next week. That's the plan. But actually what I would love to do is, so I eat tomorrow and then I think I'll be eating again on Saturday. What I would love to do is an episode of Refeed. I haven't done one where like you guys have seen me eat and seen how I eat, and like it would be fun to do that. It's just been a while. So I would love to do that. What the sell? I'm new around here, but your spirit is amazing. Thank you so much. It gives me so much hope for my own situation. Good luck. Thank you for finding me. I am glad to be an inspiration, and hopefully, you can take whatever I've been able to share and apply it and all that kind of stuff. So thank you. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. Again, I will try to do another one of these next week. If not, I'll try to do an episode of Refeed. For people who watch me on my other channel, I'll talk to Brian. I would love to do another like tech stream, but like it just depends on my time. I've been so busy, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by today. I know it's not the normal audience I normally have, but it also makes sense. I haven't been here in a while. People don't expect to see me as much anymore, but I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. My only hope is that you are still doing your thing. You are still keeping yourself healthy and happy, because without your health and without your happiness, what do you have? Like money ain't going to do shit for you if you're not healthy and happy. It really isn't. It might be temporarily, just like when I eat, 17 pumpkin pies. It might give me happiness for that like short glimpse of time, but that's about it. I don't get shit after that. After that, I feel awful, and it's not, that's not how I want to live. That's not how I live my life anymore. So with that being said, I think that's it. I want to thank everybody for stopping by again today. Thank you for all the donations. As always, I will see you guys soon. Here is me waving goodbye, waiting for the